Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Cavy Central Guinea Pig Rescue, and I have here a little girl that came into me, her and her buddy in fact, came into me 4 nights ago. Were rushed in because of some really distressing photos that went onto a group forum that we had, and we're 4 days on from that point, but I wanted to talk with you about something that's fairly common but usually doesn't get to the severity that this little girl got to. So it's important to stay on top of that, and that's urinary tract infections and what causes them, why they happen, and what we can do about them. So this little girl came in very unwell, and I'm just going to warn you to look away now if you don't want to see the photos from 4 days ago, but I'll pop those up so you can see them. And they're very distressing. A lot of people were upset to see her like that, but she's here now. She's 4 days on in recovery, and I just wanted to film a little bit about that now that she's much more stable. So the first thing is she's had a very severe urinary tract infection. Hello, sweetie pie. And we might just move her over because she's been sitting here nibbling grass. You'll actually notice what she's leaving on this white towel and why I've got that there. She's on pain medication, she's on antibiotics, but you'll notice what she's leaving behind, and it's blood-stained urine. So if you have any doubt about your guinea pigs having any problems with their output, put them onto something that is white so you can clearly see what that is going to be. And in this case, you can see that urinary tract infections can occur in a number of different ways. The most common of these is actually from sitting in conditions that are wet or damp where bacteria can flourish, and that bacteria can travel up through the urethra into the bladder, and it can even go on further through the ureters and into the kidneys. By then we're dealing with a really big problem. When she came in 4 days ago, that was red fresh blood that she was expelling and in a great deal of pain. Now, some of the symptoms for urinary tract infections, one of them is hunching. When they go to the toilet, they will hunch up, and that's because it's really painful for them. So they do need immediate attention, and they do need a course of antibiotics. So we'll look at that in just a moment. This little girl has lost quite a bit of weight, and we're monitoring her weight quite carefully. She's actually sitting on around 700 grams. So that's very, very little for the size that she is. Would you like some more? Want some more? Want some more? No, she says I'm not going to. So we're critical care feeding her and doing a lot of things. With this little guinea pig, let's have a look at what she looks like now, several days on underneath. Okay, when she first arrived, she had blood, which was very visible in this area, and certainly it's not now. So we know that the antibiotics she's on are taking hold, and certainly from a pain management point of view, she's able to be held a lot better. The area where the ulcerated section was is closing and cleaning, which is great, and that's what we need to see. She's also started to gain a little bit of weight, which is indicative of getting better, feeling better, but it's not to rule out that she may have some issues with bladder stones which need further investigation. So where she's at right now, we're really pleased with, and we need to continue on this course of action. Identifying what is wrong is firstly key, picking up on it really quickly so you can get immediate treatment before it gets to this level. Urinary tract infections can spread, and when they do, they can affect other organs like kidneys, and it really becomes life-threatening, which is the point that this little lady was at. She's still very frail and fragile, so we need to be cautious of that. Now, let's have a look at giving her her medicine, because from time to time, you will need to give your guinea pig medication. And if you've got guinea pigs that are used to taking that from your hand or very familiar with you, that's fantastic. But if they're not, or they're upset, or they're in pain, a great way is to actually just hold them carefully in a towel like this. And it just keeps them flat and uniform. So I'm just going to wrap her up. This is a little bit more solid than what I usually use, but just where we can then pick her up and just into her mouth where she can lap it up. Yeah. I can see she's still making little pain, unhappy sounds, but so much better than 4 days ago. Now we're going to just saline that bottom again. And I've got some saline here. Isn't she gorgeous? She's really quite frail. You can see she's dropping quite a bit of weight, or has dropped quite a bit. So hopefully we'll get on top of that real quick. Just going to get some tissues that we need. Okay, I'm just going to hold her here. We're just going to, we usually use a big tub inside, but we're going to use this little area just to put some saline. I know, it's still so sore down there. And it's really important anytime you've got blood involved that you constantly keep them clean, because flies are attracted to blood, and of course they will lay maggots and we get infestations that are really awful. So, but you can see she's still needing regular attention and cleaning. Saline is so gentle on the skin, and really great for them in their recovery, and it's also fantastic for healing. So just one more thing I'd like to add about guinea pigs and their care. Looking at her, actually you can see her hunching, so she's urinating. This is hunching. This is a symptom to look for with urinary tract infections. Poor little girl. Yeah, okay. We take a little look at what's happening there. It's very painful. Very, very painful, sweetheart. So she's on Metacam, a course of Metacam. Yeah, sweetie pie, that's no good. And that tiny little blood, you can see that now. What's been left? I know, it's no good, is it? It's no good. You're going to be better. You're going to be fine. It takes a while to get on top of urinary tract infections, but the best thing is to be aware of any hunching like that in the early stages so you can get on top of it right away. A bit of hay on me there. Another thing I'd like to point out with guinea pigs like this is it's very easy to look at them and feel that nothing is wrong. So if we look at her from the front, I'm just being very gentle with her there. If you look at her front on, she looks like she's smaller, she's fully furred, her hair and coat are beautiful. You would not notice anything. So if your substrate was a bit damp or a bit messy, you may not notice something this small on the floor. So looking for these indicators, weighing your guinea pigs regularly so that you know if they're going up and down, and she's certainly dropped a lot of weight, that you can then get onto things really quickly. So I hope this helps you out there. I hope it makes you more aware of what a urinary tract infection is. It's commonly known as a UTI. That's it from me, everyone. Take care for now, and I'll see you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye for now.